Hi, I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama, and this is not my baby, but I wanted to use this toy to show you some tips and some examples of various clothes that you might get for your newborn. Now, whether you're putting things on your baby registry or not, I've got to be honest with you, people are going to buy you baby clothes. And so I have some tips, and then I'll be showing you some different examples of materials and styles of newborn clothes. So when you are looking online or when people are giving you things, you can decide what works best for your baby. Now, before I show you any clothes, I wanted to give you just a couple of tips, just 2 or 3 warnings before we get into the specific clothes. First of all, when you get clothes, if it's something that you want to keep, obviously you're going to want to take the tags off, but I would also advise that you either open any zipper that you get or you undo all of the snaps. So it is already open, ready to put on your baby the first time you grab it. Also, this will help get the inside of the clothes washed a little bit better if everything is nice and open. When you're drying everything and putting it away, remember that some materials might shrink just a little bit. And unfortunately, like this is a Gerber onesie, and actually the word onesie is owned by Gerber, so only Gerber stuff can officially be a onesie. But you need to be aware that sizing is really inconsistent from brand to brand. So instead of me just putting stuff in piles as, okay, this says 3 months, this says newborn, this says whatever, I actually lay the clothes out like this. For example, these both say 3 months. They're 2 different brands, but this one obviously is a lot wider. So I may put this in a separate place. That way you can just get an idea of what the actual size of the outfit is, as opposed to just reading the label and going by the label. Carter's, Gerber, Serco, all these different brands, they're all gonna be very inconsistent. I've even found inconsistencies between Carter's at Walmart and Carter's at Target and Carter's in the Carter's store, for example. So just be mindful that even though it says the same size, 2 different brands or 2 different styles may fit your baby differently. The other thing I wanted to show you is actually a little bit of a warning, and this happened with my baby daughter. We got some clothes that had, and hopefully you can see, that had glitter on them, and I picked out a couple of outfits on Etsy for my newborn to wear when she came home, like her coming home outfit, her first pictures, stuff like that. And you need to be careful anytime you see anything with glitter, because some glitter, shiny type material, like this threading that's here in this little Christmas dress, some of the stuff is safe for your baby, but a lot of the loose glitter, maybe from something that's handmade or from an Etsy shop, for example, is not safe, and here's why. If any of the glitter, like I'm rubbing this against my hand, and nothing's really coming off on my hand. If you do that test and any of the glitter is coming off on your hand, that means it can get in your newborn's eyes, they can inhale it, they can, they're gonna suck on their fingers, so if it gets on their fingers, they're gonna ingest it, and that's just something you don't wanna deal with. So unfortunately, I did get those Etsy outfits, these really cute little outfits, but I ended up not even putting them on my baby. I just put them in a shadow box because we got them out at the birth center to put on my daughter, and glitter was like everywhere. It was all over the bed. It was all over everything. So it was just a big mess. So just be careful if you're getting cute little things for your baby that has glitter on it. Just be sure that it's not going to be coming off all over your child, because that is definitely not safe. So now looking at some different outfits and accessories. What you want to keep in mind, whether you are bringing your baby home from the hospital, you're doing photos, the little newborn photo session, or you're just on the day-to-day at home, especially with a newborn, you want to keep a couple of things in mind. First of all, you need to make sure that the material is all comfortable and safe and light for your baby. So for example, obviously this is not a real baby. This is actually my sister-in-law's, so this is like super old. This is when she was a little girl. But I'm looking at the clothes that's on this little Cabbage Patch doll, and this ribbon here where it's been sewn in is really rough, and I wouldn't want that rubbing up against my newborn's skin. So feel the outside and the inside. The other thing that you'll notice, and I don't know why this is, everybody does this, like on this dress of my daughter's, the tags for baby clothes are like ridiculous. Look how big that is. So I like to cut the tags off and make sure that it's not rough, but you just want to do it real quick just to make sure that there's nothing that's going to be rubbing up against your child or be uncomfortable for them, because remember, your newborn can't tell you. All they're going to do, they'll cry, and you may not be able to figure out why they're crying. So make sure it's comfortable. The other thing you want to be aware of is that you are going to be changing 10 to 15 diapers a day. So you want easy access to the diaper. I know a lot of baby outfits come in a full set and they've got little socks or little shoes and little pants and suspenders and all kinds of crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, that's gonna get really annoying really fast. And that's not even talking about your newborn having a blowout, which is where poop comes up through the back and up their back, or through here, the gussets of the diaper on the legs. So I would honestly recommend that you go really cheap, go hand-me-down, and be aware that you're going to be changing your baby a lot. So going back to just comfortability and access for your baby. I'm here in South Texas and it gets over 100 degrees a day. So I keep my baby dressed really lightly. And I have a couple of suggestions. Now, if you want to do pants, aren't these adorable? These little baby pants. Okay, you can do something like this. And know that if you are cloth diapering, they're going to have a little bit bulkier butt. So it may be a little bit more challenging for you to get your baby in pants. But here's just a typical pair of pants. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's like baby yoga pants, right? But these, I think, are one of the most fantastic inventions in the world. And these are my daughter. She has little ballet shoes. But these are baby pants that have the feet built in. Now, they're not going to have any skid type resistance here as far as a texture because your newborn isn't walking, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you can get feet built in, especially if you are in a colder area or your baby's going to be born during a colder season, I think that's a great idea. My newborns have always been like little ninjas when it comes to taking socks off. So if you can find pants that have the feet in, that will keep their feet warm and everything will just all stay together, and it's really convenient. I know some people like to have a nighttime outfit for their baby. Like even if their baby's clean and dry and everything's fine, they'll take everything off and put their baby in pajamas. I've never done that unless it's really cold, but I wanted to show you the brilliance of the sleep sack. Now, I know it's called a sleep sack. That sounds kind of weird, but let me move this up and show you. Essentially, it's a gigantic bag, right? And you think, okay, why would I want to do this? If you can get over the fact that your baby looks like they're wearing, you know, an old school baptismal gown or wedding gown or whatever, you can find them. Usually they'll be long sleeved. If you can get them with the little mittens, the fold over mittens, that's fantastic. Newborns will usually have very long nails and their nails are so tiny that they'll tend to scratch themselves before you even realize they need to get their nails trimmed. So if you can get the little mittens that fold over, those are amazing and fantastic. But essentially, a sleep sack is either just open on the bottom, just like a maxi skirt or a dress, or they have like this one, they have a zipper that goes across. So when you need a change for your baby, when they need a diaper, all you have to do is unzip it and work your way up so that you can change their diaper. And this one's stuck together because it hasn't been used in a while. So you get access to their diaper, you change them, the top of their body isn't disturbed at all, and then when you're done, you just pull it back down. This will keep them nice and warm. They can sleep in this, and essentially it's like a baby sack or a baby bag, but it works really well. This one also has snaps in the back, but of course you can get these all over the place, but that is what a sleep sack is. They are usually ridiculously long, so be prepared for that. There's no danger in that or anything. Just know that it'll be hanging off of your kid quite a bit. So that's the sleep sack. Now, this is something that I did not learn about for the longest time, and I feel really dumb. So I'm going to tell you so you don't have to be like me. If you can find short-sleeved onesies or little one-piece outfits like this, it's great, especially when you have a newborn, if they have this funny little shoulder flap going on. And for the longest time, I didn't know what it was for. I figured it's just because newborns have really big heads. And here's what it is for. If your baby has a blowout, right, going back to what we talked about earlier, or they spit up all over themselves or their diaper leaks or whatever the case may be, to where you need to do a full change. If they're wearing this outfit, you use these shoulder straps and you open everything up really wide and you shimmy the outfit off of your baby like this. Instead of pulling an outfit that is soiled with poop or God knows what, and pulling it over their head and risk getting it in their hair, on their face, like, ugh, yuck, I can't even imagine. This way, if they have poop going up their back, which is what a blowout is, and sometimes it can go all the way up to the back of their neck. Breastfed poop or formula poop, it's very liquid, and sometimes they do it all at once in one blast, like the end of a ketchup bottle, and then you have this liquid that can't be absorbed anywhere. So now you've got the option to shimmy it down off of their shoulders, beep, beep, pop their arms out, and pull it down the rest of the way this way, keeping their head and their face clean of whatever mess was on there. So that's what this funny little, the shoulder overlay is here. It's fantastic if you can buy it. The only other thing I wanted to show you is a tip if you are putting your baby in pajamas or long-sleeved onesies like this. And of course this baby's too small, but you can still get an idea. So when you get outfits like this, chances are you're going to either have snaps or you're going to have zippers. The zippers, of course, are going to be faster. Like this one has a zipper, and I'll show you. They're always going to have the snap at the top of a zipper, and that's just so, where'd it go? The little zipper piece, the actual zipper, doesn't flip up and poke your baby in the neck, or they're not going to try to fiddle with it. So that little snap at the top, always do that. It's just a little lock, just to make sure that you're good. I'll tell you that putting your baby in something that's a zipper is a lot faster. Of course, you can just go zzz instead of doing button by button by button. But I was always paranoid that I was going to pinch my little baby's skin. You know, they're wriggly, funny little weirdos, and they like to do little spastic movements as they have those reflexes and everything like that. So the zipper is faster, but I prefer the buttons. And here's the other reason why. When you're putting your baby in, I recommend you do the arms, okay, but then they still have their feet free. So I recommend that you actually put a foot in and snap it up a little bit so that that foot is trapped. It's good to go. They're not going to kick it back out, and then do the other one. But think about it this way. If you've got your baby in one of these outfits and you need to do a diaper change, if they're wearing the zippered outfit, you're going to have to take it completely off. You have to zip it all the way down, so now their chest is exposed, and then depending on how it fits them, you're going to have to take their arms back out just so you can get to the diaper. That to me is not something I want to deal with. If it's buttoned, I can leave at least 1 or 2 buttons done here at the top, not have to disturb the top of their body, just get to what I need to get to, and then put their feet back in. So hopefully now you've gotten a little bit of a visual with a very ugly plastic baby, a good demo of a couple of different outfits and a couple of suggestions. And if you have any other questions or you have suggestions, please come find me. Again, my name is Sarah, and I'm the Real Simple Mama, and I hope this has helped you get ready to dress your newborn.